Hello, fellow YouTubers. Figured I'd throw up a quick video about I suppose you could say it's a dash cam app. The dash cam I had in my vehicle, it's gone to dash cam heaven, and I figured I might as well see what I could use on my telephone to do the job. Now, up until recently, I have been using an awesome app called iOnRoad. I had the Pro version, so iOnRoad Pro. However, it looks like the developers are no longer supporting it. Can't even find it in the marketplace anymore. By the way, I'm talking Android. I have an S7 Edge. So I went to do an update on iOnRoad Pro, and no joy. So looking at alternatives at the moment. This one I'm using is UGV Driving Assistant. So, got to say, the app is a beast. On screen, it gives me a ton of information. I know that what you're seeing is a recording versus what I see on my screen live will differ. But at the moment, it has a green marker on the road. It's like a cricket pitch, straight down the guts, and that's telling me that there's a safe distance in front of me.
Limit 50 kilometers.
Safe distance in front of me, and it counts it down in lots of 10 meters. So that's pretty cool. There is a red part as well. Anything within that red zone is obviously not within a safe braking distance. So orange. So it gives me a bit of an idea on whether I'm up someone's coit or not, which is good. I mean, everyone needs to run a safe distance. I usually do about 3 seconds, but people cut in front of you. Yeah, there's morons on the road. There's not much you can do about it except be defensive. Now, you can hear that there is someone in my car saying speed limit 50 kilometers. That's the app. It registers using augmented reality, so it is registering the traffic signs as I go past it, and it's letting me know the speed limit that's on that. It gives me a reminder every 6 seconds if I'm over that speed, but it also sees yield signs, it sees stop signs, give way signs, so on. That's a really cool thing, because if you haven't seen your speed sign for a while, you don't know whether it's a 50 or a 60. I'm in Australia, so it's kilometres.
Limit 50 kilometers.
It's one of those things where a little gentle reminder is good. The app itself, it uses geolocation, so GPS, Wi-Fi, 4G, 3G, all the data to predict your path on the road, so it knows whether you're turning, it sees the apex of the road, but it also gives you an accurate speed, and in the recording it actually tells you the exact location where you are. So at the moment I'm on 351 Lyons Road in 5 New South Wales, so pretty handy if you have an accident. Now you can turn that on and off, you can turn the sat nav off, you can turn the 4G, 3G function off, you can turn the Wi-Fi function off. All these things do have a detrimental effect on your battery, and that's one of the negatives with this. When you've got everything turned on, it is like a succubus on your battery. It is incredible. No charger I've got can keep up with this app when everything is turned on, which is disappointing, because I like to have all the features, and I want to listen to my Spotify, and I want to run sat nav, but until they work on rectifying this battery drain, you can't do it. Now, I believe, and once again, I'm not 100% sure until I see this recording, but I believe that there is a box visible on your screen around the car in front. Now, that is giving me a distance in meters, but also an idea on the speed that car is doing. It's constantly scanning the road to see any cars that might be in my pathway. It doesn't seem to worry about parked cars, which is a good thing. Let's see if it registers this stop sign. There it is. Now on my screen it actually brings up a big stop sign in that augmented reality form. Don't know if you can see it on the recording. Once again, I'm sort of guessing what you'll see until I see it. So if I mention something and it's not on the screen, it's what I'm seeing on my phone, and you won't be able to see it until you test it out yourself. Things I can see on my screen. I can see the sound on and off. I can see the GPS settings. I can see settings. There is a little button there for you to play back videos. I'm obviously not going to do that while you're driving. There's a record button. There's a stop button. There is my GPS speed in kilometers per hour. I can turn off the car tracking, where it gives you that box around neighbouring cars. I can also turn on or off a green pathway where it tells you where it is scanning, and so the width of the road, but it also tells you or lets you know when it thinks.
50 kilometers.
It also lets you know when you run off the road, or it thinks you may have changed lanes accidentally. That's a good feature, but in the city here it just doesn't make sense to use it. Other than that, on the street sign function, if you don't want to listen to some broad saying 60 kilometers an hour or yield, stop, whatever, if you think it's like having your partner in the car telling you how to drive, you can turn that function off too.
50 kilometers.
Positives on this thing, they're everything I just mentioned. The app it carries absolutely minimal load on the CPU of my phone. Like I said, it sucks the battery dry. In regards to the negatives, you've got that battery. Other than that, there's not much else. It doesn't. The screen itself, it's got to be landscape mode, but it only seems to be landscape one way. It doesn't allow the screen to rotate so that you can position your charging cable according to your car. Mine, the charging cable would usually be facing to the left or the passenger side of the vehicle. At the moment it's facing the right hand side towards the driver, which means that a cable is hanging down next to my gear shifter and my steering wheel. I catch it on the odd occasion on my fingers. Not really safe. I've emailed them to let them know about the battery issue, but also about the rotation of the screen. Just waiting to see if there's a response. So yeah, there's,
60 kilometers.
other than those things, and I can soon redirect the cord around other things if I really wanted to. Other than that and the battery,
60 kilometers.
I can't pick any negatives with this. The app is incredible. It's got all the functions that anyone would want to have in SatNav. In regards to the settings, you can control it so it only records 10-minute chunks. I've got that, so you can easily upload, download, whatnot. You can have it so that it will save to SD card or the main memory of the phone. I got an SD card, so it's pulling on the 256 gig that way. I've got the highest resolution possible on the screen, but it's one of those things you can adjust it accordingly. It does your bit rate, it does whether you want to record sound or not. It has the ability to auto delete its oldest files if it gets below a certain threshold. It's automatically set at like 50 megabytes left in the hard disk. I mean, 50 megabytes these days is bugger all. I'd prefer to see that set at a gig or something, but you can adjust it as you have to. Other than that, the other settings you've got are pretty straightforward, just the usual stuff in regards to feedback, bug report, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, cool app, UGV Driving Assistant. I know I've probably been one of the most boring people to listen to, but look, I had a bit of a hunt around for videos on this and I found nothing that actually told me what it was like. It was just pretty much some sales stuff, so I figured I'd throw it up in case someone else had the same question. All good. Thanks a lot for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day and your YouTube hunt. If you like what you see, I'm always putting up some sort of video. Subscribe, big button down below. Other than that, if you got any questions and you want me to check out something in the app for you, throw a comment down below and I'll have a bo peep and answer your question. Rightio, all good. Thanks guys. Take care.